we better test our Oddspro. I'll show you how good this Oddspro is at netting. So I have it magnetically hooked up to my waist right here, and we got this big catfish on, and we got it. It is a good net, and the catfish is almost falling through the net. That's not very good. I wish I had a bucket to put this in, because I was going to keep one this size to get a fish tank. So here I have this Oddspro wooden fly fishing net. It's $34.99, and it has a magnetic hook on it, which goes like this, and it's pretty strong, so you can attach this buckle to your waders or your belt loop or something and walk around with it and drag the net, and then you can just leave this carabiner hooked up to your waders and just reattach the net to it. You can just put the carabiner through this cable here, so it's like this, and you can just remove it when you're not fishing, and it'll stay on the carabiner, and you can just have the magnet go back together, and the magnet slides through here. Definitely an interesting net idea. And then if you lose it, it's supposedly going to be harder to lose when you have it attached to you, and it's easier for you to remove from you, and you can just leave this magnet piece attached to your waders and then remove the net. It's a good idea. I don't know how long it'll last, but the magnet actually seems pretty strong when I walked around with it. It stayed on me pretty well. It's $34.99. It's a rubberized net. It's wooden. I put quite a bit of stress on it and still held together. I netted this little catfish in it at the start of this video. I also netted some bluegills and a couple nicer catfish. I had one really bad net job that I meant to have on video, but my video corrupted. I caught a 27-inch catfish on my ultralight, and I had the hook set like 5 feet below a bobber because I was fishing a deep weed edge, and I hooked into the catfish on a worm and a bobber, and because my ultralight's only 5 feet, I had to do a really poor net job to land the catfish because I had the net in one end and the bobber on the other. But for some reason my SD card got corrupted from it, and this net withheld probably a 6 to 8 pound catfish pretty well, and I caught another catfish about this size and it withheld it pretty well. So it's held up decent so far. It's fairly strong. It's probably not the strongest net in the world. In Wisconsin, I would really like this net because I do a lot of trout fishing, but here in Nebraska, there's some areas stocked with trout, but there's really not that many of them. Everything's really warm in southeast Nebraska where I'm living. Hence, there's very few trout. There's just stock a few in a couple ponds in the spring, and that's about it. Anyways, this net works fairly well so far. I would say it's a reasonable buy for $35. It's definitely a lot nicer than that Frable trout fishing net that's like $10 that I have that's ripped. That Frable net tears up the fish too. I did net a 36-inch muskie in that Frable trout fishing net where I have it over there just under some stuff. So anyways, this net's decent. I give it a 4 out of 5. Hopefully it holds up to my abuse for a while. We'll see. The other Oddspro net I have has worked pretty well for me. I use that all the time. I've not did a 36-inch northern with it and a 15 or 20 pound carp. So that net's done pretty well. We'll see how this one holds up. See you on the next video. That'll be it. And